Hey all, Hyuga here. So you're all thinking, oh, I bet Hyuga he's finished with picking on Hyuga yet, but no, we're still going strong here. So let's have another video with the Hyuga, and this video again is from the 10 battles that I played yesterday, that would be now, and I've shared the highest XP with you, and I've shared the worst of the battles with you, and now I will share what I consider to be the best of the 10 battles here. It's actually a smidgen less XP than the previous video, but I'll let it slide because most people consider medals better than XP. I don't, but in this case here I will just say okay, whatever. You pick whichever you think is best. So like I said yesterday, yesterday I showed you the best so far, and I'll show you another good one now. And a few hours ago I showed you the worst one. And what do they all have in common? Well, what they have in common is a lot of kills, and that's what Hyuga does, and that's why it's so good, and that's why it should be nerfed. Nerf it, definitely. I'm not gonna say that no other ship should be nerfed in the game, but Hyuga is just out of the league of any other battleship at tier 5, and that's the way it is. And if you don't agree, you can put that in the comments, and you're not going to change my mind, and you can try, but yeah, you're not going to get anything out of it because my mind is made up. And like I said in my first video, my quest is to get this ship here nerfed at least a little bit. It doesn't have to be a lot, but just a few seconds more reload I think would be fair. Something along those lines, or perhaps, you know, a bit fewer hit points. I mean, this thing has 61,000 almost hit points. That's a lot. That's 2/3 of a Yamato. Okay, but yeah, who knows? But like I said, it's in the game, and you know, it's here, so get used to it. And these like nerf videos here, I mean, it's yeah, it would be nice if it's nerfed, but it's not gonna break the game if it isn't nerfed. I mean, it's not like it's a Weimar. I mean, that thing was ridiculous. I don't know who came up with the idea of hey, let's put this fast firing, very hard to sit at a cruiser at tier 6 and have it out DPM the legendary cruisers. And that was good times, and I just missed out of a kill there. That was unfortunate, but we'll talk about that later. So this Yahagi here, he's in for a tough battle because cruisers at tier 5, and this guy is actually at tier 4, they are having a really hard time. I don't think it's fun to play cruisers down here, because what are you supposed to do? You don't have radar, and well, with one exception at tier 5, I believe the Russian tier 5. But only a 15-second radar at that, and yeah, I have this slimy ship here stuck to me. Go away. As I was saying, you don't have radar on the cruisers down here. You have sonar, which is, I mean, okay, fine, but it requires a bit of an aggressive, you know, positioning, and the cruisers here aren't all that sturdy. They're pretty much just, like I said in my first video, they're pretty much just cannon fodder for battleship players down here. And it's not really until you get to tier 7 that cruisers can really bite back, because down here, look at this, like this Yahagi here, like a Yahagi tier 5 versus a Hyuga. It's just not fair. Then that's the way the game is, and if you like battleships, well, then play them up until tier 6, and then, like I said, from tier 7 onwards, that's when cruisers start to take over, and you know, destroyers pretty much do well, no matter which tier you play them. You know, probably tier 6 is the golden destroyer tier, but I mean, we all have our favorites, don't we? So this is a very annoying Yahagi. I just want to get rid of it because, yeah, it's annoying. And you can see it, like, it's just so accurate, Hyuga. It shoots, and you hit what you are aiming at usually. And if you don't hit with all barrels, you will at least hit with some. And here I'm just ripple firing a little bit because I just need one hit. And it doesn't. If I hit, that guy is gone. It's not like a tier 7 where, you know, a battleship can hit a cruiser and it bounces or it overpins or whatever. Like, no, not down here. Like I said, cruisers are purely here for the entertainment of battleships. It's kind of like, you know, a gladiatorial fight at the Colosseum, except for the fact that the cruisers are, you know, cows, like with their legs tied up or something like that, and the battleships are armed to the teeth gladiators. And yeah, it's not really a fair fight if you ask me. But anyway, I'm not complaining. It's just easy kills down here, and I am trying to you know, pump up this PlayStation account here because I want to see what actually happens if, like I've done, if you you know, pick a campaign and you buy it out. First you create a new account in Legends, of course. Then you pick a campaign. You should do it when there's a good campaign. I did it when there was the tier 8 Yamato, I forget the name, the Musashi. I did it when that campaign was on. And what I did was I created a new PlayStation account and I installed Legends on my PlayStation. I bought out the campaign. So that meant that I got the Musashi and I got all the commander items from the campaign, which is of course nice. And that means that without playing a single battle in this game here, I had a tier 8 battleship, and I was lucky enough to get the commander I'm using here as well. I believe it's Takagi. So I used all the you know, stuff I got from the campaign on leveling Takagi a bit. And once you've done that, you have a tier 8 battleship and a reasonably leveled commander. I think he was like level 14 or something like that, just from buying out the campaign. And once you've done that, well, then you don't have to go through the grind of, you know, grinding lines and playing ships you don't really want to play. You can just, you know, focus on ships that are good. And what I want to see is how can I manipulate my stats the most doing this? Because I know some players do it, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it's not something you should be, you know, proud of and walking around saying, hey, look at my stats, because I only play the hard carry ships in Division, for example. And so I want to see, I'm playing strictly solo, so I want to see what we can actually get it up to. And at the moment it's pretty high, and I'm not just talking win rate, I'm talking average damage, average kills, whatever. But then the question is, are you having fun doing that? And I can say that I'm not. I much prefer just playing the builds that I prefer, and maybe the performance suffers a little bit, but I don't have to. That's not really a, you know, concern of mine, to be honest. So by the way, we're at 4 kills here, and that's the common denominator with this ship here. Like I was talking about earlier, it's hard not to get a battle where you don't get 4 kills, because I don't think I had less than 3 kills in any of my 10 battles, and I only 1 or 2. All the other battles were 4 kills, and this one, as you'll see in a moment, will be 5, meaning a Kraken. And I just don't think that's, yeah, that just seems strange to me. A little bit weird how you can just get away with that. But there's another Death Strike. Well, who knew? And a Kraken and High Caliber and Confederate. Sorry, I can't see from my camera. And yeah, that's just Hyuga in a nutshell. I mean, and it works especially well when you are, you know, slowly moving away from the fight like I'm doing here. It's so hard to pen this ship here. And if you pen, like, citadels are few and far between. Like, not for you, but, you know, people shooting at you, trying to citadel you. It's pretty hard. But yeah, that's it. That was another Hyuga, another Nerf it video, and I stand by that. And I think this, you know, explains it. So I almost beat the other video on XP, and we even have an AFK and a pretty bad red team. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you out there.